Okay, so we're going to try to see if these last two triangles are congruent to the one that's on page 64. Okay, so this one they give you all three angles. Okay. So here they give us all three just angles, right? So this is angle, angle, angle. All right, and if I kind of just roughly sketch a triangle, you guys can answer this. Let's see here. So they said angle B. Wow, we'll make this B. That was 60. Angle A was 74. And angle C was 46. So that's all they give us. So obviously if you draw these angles to where these lines touch, all right, these were the measurements of the three sides, roughly. It's hard to do the decimals, but so is that triangle the same as what's on page 64? Someone said no, someone said yes, so what is it? Look at the side lengths. Side lengths are different. All the angles are the same, but the side lengths are different, right? So this is a no. So this does not make a congruent, easier said than done, right? We'll make that little symbol. Does not make a congruent triangle. All right, and then the last one, the fifth one. This one comes out kind of funny because on this side you make 3.6. That's side AC. This angle is 60, which is B. And this angle is 46, which is C. But this side is too long, isn't it? So obviously this is a big no, right? Because we have all this excess over here. And AC on the book, if you look, was how long? 3.6, but the other sides touch up, which means one of these sides have to be too short, AB. So this is an angle side they gave us, and this is another no. So 2 worked and 3 did not, right? Basically. All right, so let's summarize this. It says, what information about a triangle allows you to draw exactly one triangle? Okay. Well, you need 3 pieces of information. Okay. One could be, obviously, if you have all 3 sides. And we refer to that as side, side, side. Right? If all 3 sides are the same to another triangle, that means what? If the sides are the same, what also has to be the same? The angles. Good. Okay. You could have 2 angles. And the side connecting the 2 angles. And we call that an angle side angle. Okay, which kind of means this. If you were to draw a picture, right? I don't know, of a triangle. And you got an angle here and an angle there. Right? Angle 1, angle 2. This side is what they're talking about. So remember, this side, this point to this point connects the 2 angles, right? Not this side. and not that side, right? It's the side that connects the two angles, the line that connects the two angles. Okay? And the third thing could be that you have two sides and the angle formed from the two sides. So we call that side angle side. So again, what does that mean? Let me go a little further down. So if I were to draw a triangle, okay, and I have, here's one side and here's the second side, right? So these two sides, here and here, form that angle, right? And that's what we're looking at. So side, angle, side. Okay? All right, you have a back page, right? We'll kind of try to put this to a little bit of practice. So the first side, it says practice 8-5, right? That's where we want to be. Has everyone got this before I move on? Because I want to make sure you got it. Still writing? All right, I'm going to pause this for a second so you guys can write. All right, so let's go now to the back page where it says practice 8-5. Okay. Oop, I did the reteaching one first, so we'll go to this one first. Actually, let's go to the reteaching side first, which for you guys is basically the back page. So notice it talks about congruent triangles, right? So side, 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 where you can see that all three sides here are basically the same, okay? The side angle side, which shows you that two sides are the same here with the angle, and angle side angle. So using those little helpful advices, it says, look at this quadrilateral. It says A, B, C, D is congruent to J, K, L, M. So complete the following. So angle A would be congruent to what? What angle would be the same as angle A if those two quadrilaterals were exactly the same? Anthony? Angle J. Good. What about number 2? Side KL. So we already said that angle A and J are the same. So KL, which is right there, right, is going to be congruent to what? Martina? BC. So line over the top and BC. So that's right there. Angle M. Angle M is right here. Would be congruent to, Ashley? Angle D. Good. So angle there, angle there. Now what about DC, which is right there? What is DC going to be equal to, Eliana? Line ML. Right there. Good. I'm starting to get the hang of this. What about JM? JM would be what, Sal? Line AD. Those two are congruent. And then, of course, angle B, which is right there, is going to be congruent to angle K. Very good. So it says here, is the triangle congruent, these three, to triangle JKL? If so, why? And we're going to figure out if it's side angle side, side angle side, or angle side angle, or side side side. So look at number 7. Would number 7 be congruent to triangle JKL? And if so, what's the congruent part? What do you think would make, if it is, makes it the same? Anyone? Joe, you want to give it a shot? So yes or no? So he says yes. Well, And because, again, you got a side, you got an angle, and you got a side. Very good. Oh, found them? Awesome. Thank you. Who had them? Okay, awesome. All right. Pass that down to Gavin, please. All right. All right, what about number 8? What about number 8? I'll give you a hint. It's no, but why? Look what they're giving us in order. Robert? Well, angle, side, angle would be angle, side, and then angle here. So is there an angle, or what they give us? So they give us a side, right? So this is side, side, angle. It's not one of those 3 pieces we wrote in our summary, right? What about the last one, number 9? So basically, this side down here, an 8, wasn't the same as JL. What about number 9? What would you say? Yes, okay. And the reason? Side, side, side. All the sides are the same. And if all the sides are the same, all the angles are the same. Good. All right, so now let's go to that practice page and see if we can do that. So, are the triangles congruent? And if so, tell me why. So look at number 1. Look where the sides match up. How many people would say yes, they're congruent? They're the same. How many people would say yes? Just raise your hand. How many people think no? Okay. Look at these 2 triangles. The only difference is they mirrored one of them. So this is a yes. What's our reasoning? Side, side, side. I heard someone say it. And then we have to write, so triangle KJL is congruent. So we got that little curve at the top with the equal sign underneath it to triangle. And again, now, so we went KJL, so we're going to go UTV. Sounds like a TV channel. Now remember, they're the same size because they're the same lengths, right? Would you say triangle in number 2 is triangle MOT congruent to BCD? Someone said no right away. Why? Why did you say no? Braden, why did you say no? Come on, some had a trigger that didn't look right to you.
It only had like 2 of the sides.
Okay, well, it has 2 sides, right? But also, look at the lengths of those sides, right? If I draw this length, this has to be the same length, right? If I slide this over, that's about the same, isn't it? But it doesn't have a matching angle, right? So it's kind of like side, side, so this is a big no. Not the same. They don't have enough for it to be equal. 3 pieces, right? How many pieces does that have? 2. What about number 3? Don't let the look fool you. All they did is they kind of put them upside down to each other. But take a look at what we have. Take a look at what we have. And if you need to, look at that summary. Take a look at what we have. So both triangles, this kind of is angle C for both triangles. So that's C, that's C. How many people think yes? Quite a bit. All right, so if a majority say yes, why? Who wants to tell me why? Blake, what do we have here? You have an angle. We gotta have a reasoning though why they're the same. That's the one thing in geometry, especially when you get into high school for 10th grade. They do have things called proofs that you're gonna have to do. You have to be able to prove it. We need some information. Kind of like think of yourself as a math lawyer. We got to be able to prove this. How can we prove this, Stephanie? Angle, side, angle. So the S's were correct. Angle, side, angle. So that means that triangle, we'll say, how about CDE is congruent to triangle. Now, if we go in the same order, remember these are backwards, so we're going to say CBA to go the same way, right? So D and B were the same angles. C are the same angles, which means A and E are the same angles. All right. What about number 4? Number 4, they just kind of put them together, right? So I will tell you this, angle. So these guys R and T are the same. So right now they're showing you. Right now they show you on here that TU and SR are the same. The diagonal are the same. SU, it shares SU, and then these opposite angles S and U are the same. So what do you think about this? How many people think yes? How many people think no? No one thinks no? Okay, so the majority were yeses. Obviously, there are some I don't knows. So, all right, so if you say yes, I'm going to agree with you on that. What's the reasoning? What's the reasoning? Now some hands are going to Ava. Side angle side. Very good. So, triangle RSU is going to be congruent to triangle TUS. Starting to make a little bit of sense? Starting to see how you can use it? Just got to make sure they line them up, right? Those 3 pieces of information. That little summary is going to be very important to kind of help you with this. All right, let's move down here to number 8. Or I should say 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. Everyone got there? I was like, wait, can we show that? So, it says answer yes or no. Tell whether each triangle must be congruent to angle XYZ. So this is the one that we're really comparing everybody to. Right here. Okay. So 5. Is 5 congruent to XYZ? Martina. Yes, why? All the sides are the same, right? And if all the sides are the same, all the angles are the same. What about number 6? What about number 6? Aiden. Okay, what's your proof? Very good. All right, what about number 7? What about number 7? Look at the picture and look at the one next to it. Elena?
I think no, because there's 2 sides, but there's only the 2 angles, not 3.
Right, well, there's only the 2 sides, right? Which basically means it's not saying those angles are the same. So if they only have 2 sides that are the same, the angles aren't going to work. We're not given enough information there. So that's a no. All right. Last part of this before I turn you loose with your homework. So we're going to use the triangles at the right to answer the following. So here are the 2 triangles. Okay. So triangle DEF is congruent to what? We have to go the same order. So where they start? C, A, B. Right, good. So it's congruent to triangle CAB, so triangle CAB, by what? Look at the 2 pictures. What are they telling you that why they're equal? Aiden? By side, side, side. Good. So, And then it says find the missing measures for triangle DEF. So we need to find angle D, right? We need to find angle E. We need to figure out what angle F is. But then we also need to figure out side lengths, right? We need to figure out what DE is, EF, and DF. So who wants to take one of those? By looking at the triangle to the left, ABC, how can we use that information to kind of help us out, figure out what DEF is? Aiden, give me one. 13? Okay, D is 113 degrees. Good. Because this angle is the same to this one. Good. All right. Who's got another one? Gavin. Anyone you want. We got 5 left. You want to give it a shot? You can pick a sides too. You don't have to necessarily do angles. Martina? Okay, DF is the same as what? As BC, right? So DF has to be what? 43 centimeters. Good. Okay. All right, we got 2 down. Ashley? So DE is the same as AC, right? So DE has to be 27 centimeters. Good. All right, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we got 3 left. Robert? EF, okay. So that's 59, because AB and EF are the same. Good. All right, so we got all of our sides down. Now we just got to figure out the other 2 angles, E and F. Ava? M? Angle E, which is right here, right, is the same as this angle right here. Good, that's 37 degrees. So what does that leave us? What's angle F? 30 degrees. So you just kind of see how we did process of elimination there? And just dwindled it down. All right, so the homework assignment, and I'm going to also stop the video, is right here.